What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we're gonna have like a little bit of an update on the Nikita Dragun situation. Sorry I am so late on this. However, I feel like so many things were being like missaid and misrepresented, and like all the different headlines were like, what? There was so much misinformation out there that I didn't want to make a video and add to that misinformation. So I wanted to wait a little bit of a while till we get the actual facts, so that way we can do an update on this. If you guys have not seen my previous video, which was posted, I believe, a week ago, was it a little over a week ago, something like that, I would highly recommend checking that video out first and then coming back to this one so that way you guys have the full context. But y'all, seeing all these headlines, I was really tripped out because I'm like, there's just so many like, you know, he said, she said's going around, and a lot of people were saying like, oh my gosh, like she's being put into the men's unit, and then the police department came out and said she wasn't even processed, so she was not put into a men's unit. Like, I don't know if she was just in a holding cell. I really don't know still till this day what was on, because I'm not gonna play it within this video, but if you guys have not seen, a leaked video came out of her actually being processed by the judge, and she told the judge, can I not be in the men's unit? And the judge said, I don't have any control over that, you know? So it kind of made it seem like she was in the men's unit, but then when the police department came out, it kind of made it seem like she was just being held in a like general holding cell, you know? Which I never been to jail, and knock on wood, I never do, but I feel like, don't they just kind of like put everybody in a holding cell? Am I tripping? I don't really know, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know what the actual truth is still to that, but we're just going to be giving a little bit of an update. I'm going to be reading from TMZ, and I did want to wait on this because I was like, I just see too many different headlines of this, and that. And honestly, y'all, I just want to tell you guys, like, I still kind of feel bad for her. I know a lot of you guys, and a couple of you guys DM'd me like really rudely, like, stop being so nice. She got what she deserved. I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, like, what if she was just having a bad day? Look, I'm the first person that always says, I'm kind of like, okay, like, Nikita Dragun as a person, like, I don't know, like, I already said it in my previous video, like, I just don't vibe with her. Like, she just, I don't know, like, she seems very uppity, she seems very snooty, but does she deserve this? What if she was just having a bad day? What if she was going through, like, a mental health crisis and, like, she just lost it? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I say that I feel bad, and I feel like everybody needs to have a little bit of compassion, because can you just imagine one day you just lose it? And I'm telling you guys this, and I'm just being real with you. There are times I'll be driving and people just get on my nerves, and I'm like, oh, y'all, like, I literally am in my car, and thank God nobody could hear that I'm just screaming because I get so mad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, can you imagine if you're just having one of those days out in public and then you mix alcohol with that? I'm just assuming, I don't even know if she was drinking, but let's just say you mix it on top of that and you just lose it. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like, should you have to get a felony for that and 2 misdemeanors? Like, do you know what I mean? That's where I say that I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? Obviously, at the end of the day, she is an adult and she did make these decisions, and she obviously could have got help before this if she did need help. But I don't know, I just feel bad because I'm like, yo, felony is a really big deal. Like, that's like on your record for life, you know? And I feel like it could really mess up some job opportunities for her in the future, or, you know, who knows, anything else that it could do, because that, like, y'all, can you even leave the country with the felony? I know that if, like, when I was going to Canada for the first time, y'all, I was like, oh my God, you can't have a DUI, you can't have a misdemeanor, you can't have a felony. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to get like special authorization to travel to Canada. I don't know if it's like that with other countries, but you see what I'm saying? Like, this could affect it big time, and that's where I felt bad for her. But a lot of y'all in the comments were a little bit rude. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I get it. A lot of people don't like Nikita, but we can all have a little bit of compassion, right? Anyway, so we're going to be talking about that within today's video. If you guys are interested, go ahead and keep on watching. Make sure you guys head over to my second channel with my brother. I just uploaded my last Disney video. Oh my gosh, y'all, it seems like forever, but it's because I only upload one video per week, even though we literally went to Disneyland, like, what was that, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago now? But obviously I've uploaded other videos in between. We are going to be filming a video when he comes, and we're going to go to Dobrik's and do kind of like a review of Dobrik's. Y'all, I saw the line for that, and I was like, I know David Dobrik is like super famous, but that line was just like, y'all could not pay me to stand in that line. I can't believe that people literally camped out overnight to be the first people in line to try his pizza. And I'm like, y'all, I'm really curious to try it though, because y'all know, like, yes, I used to watch David Dobrik's vlogs. I kind of don't anymore, but I really used to enjoy them. But I'm really like not a diehard fan of his. So I'm gonna give y'all an honest review of his pizza, because when it comes down to pizza, y'all, I'm a really tough critic. I feel like a lot of people are always like, oh, well, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still good. I'm like, no, there's some pizza out there that is just really so I'm really curious to know if like all the reviews are true about it. So we're gonna be doing a video on that when he comes. Hopefully I'll be having that up within the next like week or next 2 weeks. So make sure you guys head down to my link below to my second channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe over there. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would also really appreciate that. And let's go and get into it. Also, before we move forward in reading this TMZ article right here, everything is alleged, okay? Just covering my end here, because I want to make sure that I don't get sued, because I know obviously there is a lot of like, you know, misinformation out there about this. This is directly from TMZ. I'm reading this. This was posted on the 12th, 2 days ago. A little bit of an update. Also, just in case you guys don't want to go back to my previous video and check that out, she was arrested in Miami because she did throw water at a cop, and she was walking around nude in public. But But everybody was saying, like, I guess in Miami, it's crazy because I've been to Miami, but I've never really like partied there or like stayed there. I literally just flew there and then drove around Florida, so I never really got to experience it. But a lot of people were saying like no one really cares if you're nude over there, which kind of tripped me out because I was like, okay, I know in Europe, like y'all, every single beach that I've been to in Europe is a nude beach, like literally every single one. I'm like, you just see wee wees out there, you see tatas out there, like literally they just don't care in Europe. But I didn't know in America. I thought America they're a little bit more like, you know, reserve and kind of like a little bit more, I don't know, modest, you know what I mean? So I was kind of like, oh really, I didn't know that they care about that, so I can let my boobs flop around. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, so this is what it says right here. Nikita Dragun getting mental health treatment after Miami arrest. Nikita Dragun is receiving a professional mental health care in a facility after getting arrested at a Miami hotel and spending time in jail, TMZ has learned. And see, that's what I said, like in my previous video, like I feel like I didn't do a good job at like saying allegedly and I'm speculating, because I was completely speculating when I had said, what if she is having like a mental health issue right now? Or what if she takes medication for her mental health and then mixed alcohol with that? Because I have seen with my own eyes how that could be really, really bad. A couple people that I know do take, you know, medication and like y'all just like what, like Lexapro and even Xanax. Like if you mix alcohol with that, it completely changes you into a whole new person, like a whole new person. So that's why I did a bad job in my previous video, because I kind of was like thinking, oh, what if she had something mixed, you know, and it completely threw her off, you know. And that's why I was saying I feel bad for her, because clearly something is not right here, you know, in her mind that she's doing this. So I'm glad to see now that she's getting mental health and going about it the mental health help. Going about it the right way. So this is what it says right here. Nikita's rep, Jack, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, sorry, Ketosian, tells TMZ, we want to thank everyone for the overwhelming love and support for Nikita during this time. She is in a safe environment addressing her mental health. We ask for continued respect for her privacy and the sensitivity of this matter as she seeks treatment and healing. We're told Nikita began seeking treatment Wednesday evening. The transgender influencer has been open about her mental health struggles. In May, she shared on her YouTube channel that she had been diagnosed as bipolar. Oh, and see, and that's another thing that I didn't say within my video. Like I knew something like that had happened, but I didn't go back to like fact check it myself, you know? So that's what it was, that she was diagnosed as bipolar, which don't you take medication for that, you know, normally? Because I know somebody who was diagnosed with that and they take medication, but I don't know if it's like the same for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Nikita said that she has a family history of bipolar disorder, though she was initially surprised by her diagnosis because she didn't quite understand what it meant to be bipolar. As a result, she says she didn't relate to her own symptoms to the disorder. Oh, sorry. I felt like I needed to like sneeze or cough there, but then I'm like, oh, I caught it. TMZ broke the story. Nikita was arrested Tuesday on a felony charge of battery on a police officer after allegedly causing a disturbance at a swanky hotel as she walked around the pool area in the nude. The police report obtained by TMZ said that when Nikita finally answered her hotel room door, she allegedly swung an open water bottle, spraying a security guard and an officer, which led to her arrest. Nikita appeared in court earlier this week. She told the judge she was being kept in a men's unit and asked to be transferred, a claim the jail denies. And that's what I said. I'm like, that's another one right there, because I'm kind of like, okay, let's just keep it real. I watch enough ID channel, and y'all, I'm not trying to like stir the pot here, but who knows if Nikita's blowing it out of who knows if Nikita's blowing it out of proportion, or if the jail is even telling the truth? Because I'm sorry, y'all, but watching the show, what was it called, like Making a Murder or whatever, I'm like, police can be real shady, just saying. Anyways, moving on here. Nikita was released from custody this week after posting a $5,000 bond, and shortly after that, she was admitted to the facility where she is getting treatment. And that is the end of the story right there through TMZ. One other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole Nikita Dragun situation that I was just like, what is going on here? And I wanted to make an update video about, but I am so lost, is there were people on TikTok, like there's actually one guy too, like, okay, there was this one guy, Icy Wyatt, who was like gonna pay for her bond and go and pick her up, but then there was this other girl that like apparently went to go pick her up and like has video of her like taking her to get food after and then dropping her off back at the hotel. And I was like, I am so confused at what's going on right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like y'all, maybe it's just the Pisces in me, I don't know, but I really started to feel more bad for her, because I'm like, can you imagine if you got put into jail and you only had a $5,000 bond, and let's keep it real, Nikita Dragun got $5,000. You know what I mean? Like, she could get that money, no problem, I'm sure. Can you imagine getting picked up from somebody that you don't even know? Like, I would be so sad. I would be feeling so lonely. I would be feeling just depressed, you know, like, where's my friends? Where's my family? Like, where are my closest people? How come they're not picking me up? And that's when I was like, oh my God, like, what is really going on here? so many things just really didn't make sense. It seemed like the TikTokers were like lying at first when they were saying that they were going to be picking her up and whatnot, but then they got the video proof of it and her like ordering food and whatnot. And I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, I literally ended up feeling so much more bad for her than I initially did, only because I was like, where are all her people? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? It just really didn't make sense. And on top of that, too, if she has a manager, like, you would really think that the manager would be there immediately in person picking her up. But apparently, her manager only said that she would be sending a car to pick her up. So I don't know. I was just really confused about that. I don't know if you guys had seen that, but it was just kind of all over the place. But honestly, y'all, I really am glad that she is getting the help that she needs, because clearly, like, doing stuff like this can really be detrimental to not only yourself, but the people around you, and who knows what else it can trickle down to. So I'm really glad that she's getting the help, and that is the update on that. So make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.